again, dude.
You did it again?
I did it again. I turned my light off again. Hey, welcome.
Welcome to the What Is Happening
What's
show.
happening? Oh, hey, a squirt of sanitizer started the show. In this crazy pandemic.
Squirt.
For all you, the ASMR for all you.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
It's all right. Hey, guys. Welcome to What Is Happening.
Welcome.
I'm your co-host, Isaac.
I am PJ.
And this is our brand new talk show.
Brand new.
We decided to do, brand new for us to, we decided to do it today. And now we're here. We're live on the What Is Happening set. It's pretty crazy. We're in an undisclosed location. I'm sure you can't recognize any part of where we are.
It's totally crazy.
It's totally. Hey, so why, when? I guess let's start off with a little bit of an origin about what are we doing?
Let's June 2019.
June 2019, we're at youth camp. It's your second week, my first week. The first week apparently was so easy.
So easy.
First week was easy. Hey, make sure side note, we're doing this off the cuff, guys. We're not going to cut any of this out. We want to be real life. The clanking, the podcast listeners are going to hear the clanking and just stop. They're going to clank, clank, clank.
I blame Sir Isaac then. I'm not clanking.
Okay, you know what? Anyway, we're at youth camp and it's
middle schoolers.
Middle schoolers. Let me just tell you guys. Bloody hands because of punched window. Fist fights.
Please stop.
I'm flashbacks. Before we go too far into our flashbacks, it was a crazy time.
Crazy.
And first day in, we're already losing our minds. We get to Wednesday, which is like the third day. I think they go home Friday. We have a whole.
Oh, dude.
We're outside at the awning, right in front of the mess hall, and if you've been, you know what we're talking about. And
I'm dying a little bit on the inside right now.
Anyway,
we love youth camp though.
We love youth camp
and what the
Lord did. But maybe we'll get into. No, we're not. Yeah, so this kid is walking around, unnamed kid. You know who you are if you're watching.
You know who you are.
Saying the craziest things. Our network won't allow us to actually say all of what he was saying. Let's just say it was so crazy that when I heard it, the phrase. This is where we looked at each other.
Looked at each other a little bit,
and we were like,
What is happening? And then it was kind of like,
What is happening?
And then it was like, What is happening? And then it was like,
What is happening? What's going on? We couldn't stay. Now here we are, almost a year later. We're trying to figure out how we connect. How do we stay connected? It's a global pandemic. We're trying to make content for you guys. We've been rolling it out like madmen. We're sitting over not even 10 feet at this table.
Not even.
Having a meeting today, and me and my bright ideas sitting there. Jonathan's like, how do we get them engaged? And I'm like, we could just have a talk show. Thinking to myself, no way we're going to have a talk show. That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. So then PJ responds not with, that's a dumb idea, but he responds instead with,
it's not crazy, it's great, let's do it.
And yes, today's been a long day. We had the meeting. We built a set. We started filming.
A takeover. I'm not going to say what day it is, depending because you might be watching it on a different day.
You're watching this at 3 a.m. on your iPhone.
But if they know our social media schedule, they know
it was a takeover.
What day the takeover was.
And the takeovers happened on a
very engaged takeover. A billion stories.
And we definitely were doing some behind the scenes stuff, but we're doing all this. Who's Matt Bennett? Matt Bennett? Are you there?
We're not going to talk about him. Okay. I don't even know who you are.
We're like here now.
Here we are.
Did you think? When you woke up?
No clue, man. I don't even know what time it is. I really don't care because we're bringing this to you regardless.
I just looked at the time.
We don't. You know what? We don't care. Whether you're watching this in the morning feed, in the noon time, in the afternoon, in the evening, 3 a.m. You shouldn't be up that late, but whatever.
Whenever you are, we love you. We're
here
for you. Enjoy the talk show.
Love you guys.
It's a morning, noon, afternoon, midday, a brunch. A second breakfast kind of talk show. Yeah. Turn us on whenever. We're not the morning show. We're not the late shows. We're
all the time show, baby.
Every minute of the day, the show works. We're just that good.
That good.
So to roll into the show, because there is a bit of a format.
There is a format.
There's a little bit of a.
There is a structure.
Some things we wanted to talk to you guys about. First things first. Random fact of the day. We actually have 2 for you for this.
Hit him with a Superman.
Superman couldn't always fly. Now, for the comic book buffs out there, you guys knew this. Now, a lot of you might not. But back in Action Comics, back in the 1940s, if you know that it wasn't the 40s, you can go ahead and correct me in the comments. I'm pretty sure it was the 40s. Superman was invented, Action Comics, but he couldn't fly. Now, get this. This is what is hilarious to me. laser vision. Or no, not laser vision, not yet. He's super strong, super fast, and can leap.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
He can leap. That's so dumb. But you know what they did after the fact? They like tried to fix their mistake. Have you ever tried to fix a mistake and instead of just like, people call it overcorrecting a turn in a car. You realize that you need to turn, but then you like instead of turning, you like overturn.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they did here. They not only let him fly, then they made him like have ice breath. He's bulletproof, laser vision. They essentially he didn't need the rest of the Justice League.
Why, man?
They were like, oh, he's not cool enough. But then he became too much.
He can jump. I still don't get it. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, we can't jump over this puddle, so we need to give him a little bit more of a superpower so he can jump a little bit further. Oh, he needs to be able to clear this car.
But it wasn't just flying. Like they were like, he needs to be able to fly, but also bulletproof, laser vision.
Yeah, that makes
ice
sense.
breath. You're like, yeah, that's the next logical
And he can
step.
jump.
X-ray vision. After that, you like flying, and then every other superpower known to man.
I kind of just feel like Superman probably looked at him and was like, "What's happening,
dude? What is
guys?
happening?
You could have done better."
But you have a random fact
I
that
do.
honestly is weirder because some people might know this. No one knows this. No one knows this fact.
It's not believable. Okay, it's a random fact. Astronauts say it's true, but I'm calling fake news. Are you calling fake news?
Dude, just give them the fact
Let's
before
give
you
them
say
the fact.
fake news.
Okay, all right. So, if you've ever wondered what space smells like, which I don't think anybody has ever had that thought. I've never sat back in my recliner and been like, I wonder what space smells like.
I've never thought that.
I've never thought.
You know what? Go a step further. I've never thought, what does anything smell like?
Who does that?
I've never been like, what is like the middle of a volcano? Like, what is any like? I might be like, how hot is it? How cold is it? What does being weightless feel like? What does any of it feel like? But like smell? No way.
Especially not space.
No,
okay?
not space.
I don't really think about space much anyway. But according to astronauts, former astronauts, they say that space smells like a seared steak. I don't know if it's medium well done.
I'm gonna
medium rare.
I'm gonna stop this fact in its tracks. They are in a pressurized spacesuit.
Drop that mic.
They're in a pressurized spacesuit, guys. Meaning that no air can get in or out. And let me just go another step further. There's no air in space. There's nothing out there. It's a void. Meaning if you did have a crack in your spacesuit, you would literally get sucked out of the small hole and like it's gross. Let me just be honest with you. It's gross. You get torn apart in an instant. It is a void.
Let's tone it down.
So no,
just kidding.
They have to know
They
because
do.
this fact.
If you ever go to space, you need to know
When you
this.
told me this fact, I was as a kid that wanted to go to space camp. I was baffled because anyone that knows anything about astronauts in space should know that the spacesuit's got to be what smells like seared steak.
I bet some astronauts were like, I don't want the astronaut food. The little
They're
circles,
thinking.
They might have tried to take some steak with them.
They like snuck some steak in. Houston's doing its checks and it's like, all right, everybody got everything. The guy with the steak's like, yeah, I got everything.
I'm good, man.
I got it.
Got me some.
Or better yet, maybe Houston's like, all right, guys, we're blasting off in 5 minutes. Now, how does everyone want their steak done? They're cooking steaks.
Or the welcome home. They make it back.
I don't
to
get it.
Earth.
I really don't understand it. But you know what? That was a tangent.
But I'm thinking
on
Sandra
random.
Bullock. Maybe she's the one.
Sandra Bullock in Gravity.
You ever seen Gravity? Don't. I fell asleep.
Oscars are a weird time for movies. They're either really good or really bad. Gravity
she started
was on
floating
the bad
in
side.
space, right? I fell asleep during that
Guys,
part, and then I woke up and she still was floating in space.
This fact that we found. Listen, I want to tell you, we read what we're reading pretty much for the first time. We vet it to make sure that it's not inappropriate, that the network won't censor it.
Fake news.
But we read it. When we read this to you just now, I got to tell you, it's not a fact.
It can't be real.
It can't be a fact. We're moving on.
Does anybody know an astronaut? If you know an
Ask
astronaut,
ask an astronaut. But we're going to move on to the next segment. What is happening in the world around you? I have a pretty great story here from Britain. It's actually really cool. I think it's really cool.
This is pretty neat.
Everybody kind of says they're bored during the quarantine.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, "Oh, I'm bored," which I'm to blame. I say I'm bored all the time. We'll probably talk about being bored a little later.
A little bit.
Because it's kind of boring right now. But this man not only thwarts the lockdown, he thwarts boredom. He runs a marathon in his backyard. His name's James Campbell. He's a former javelin thrower. I don't know how you get out of javelin throwing.
It's impressive.
How do you get into javelin throwing and then he gets out of javelin throwing?
You can't throw a javelin in your house, right?
But
so I guess he's like, I got to do something.
No, but like he could still like even if you're home and you're not doing your job right now, you're still that thing. This dude got into javelin throwing and is now out of javelin throwing.
Yeah.
He's home in the pandemic. He decides, okay, I'm going to tweet out. So it says here, he completed a marathon because he said if a tweet that he got 10,000 retweets, he ran a marathon in his backyard. His backyard is 6 meters from front to from this side to this side.
That's not
about,
that big.
It's about 20 feet.
Yeah.
And he ran that distance enough times to complete a marathon. It took him about a little over 5 hours.
5 hours? Over 5 hours?
I can't imagine that. But he raised 18,000 pounds, which is $22,000 here in America. That's pretty
impressive.
amazing.
That is
That's pretty
pretty
impressive. He used his boredom, I would say, to do something pretty cool. And I didn't tell him about this before we started filming, but James has inspired me. We're not gonna raise any money, do a charity stream, but if 10 people comment on this video, we'll run around my house.
This is a setup.
We'll run around my house enough times to do a 5K. We'll do a 5K around my house.
3.1 miles.
3.1 miles. If 10 people, not 10 different accounts, because I'll find on the account if it's somebody that's like just making fake ones.
Oh, man.
And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing we're probably going to show this to Pastor Derek.
Yeah.
He's going to want us to have to run that 5K.
I've done a 5K cold turkey before, and it's not fun.
We're not going to train. We're not going to get in shape. We're not going to get out of shape. We're just going to run a 5K if 10 people comment.
They don't really respond well to challenges, but I think they might take us up on this one.
Dude, engagement is what we're going for.
This is kind of a setup here. You know that, right?
Well, no. Like I said, I didn't tell him. I wanted it to be so off the cuff that he couldn't disagree. And I'm hoping that you guys will participate and 10 people will just comment. Here's what you have to comment. PJ and Isaac run a 5K.
I'll do it. Look, we'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
We're in this together.
With more world news, you have...
Oh, this one's pretty cool.
This one's hilarious. I'm reading his screen. I'm trying not to laugh.
So, for those of you who are familiar with Zoom calls, as they all should be familiar with Zoom calls.
We're missing some of them on Sundays, though. We have a Sunday night Zoom call.
Sundays.
If you're not on Sunday night Zoom call...
What time is it?
It's at 6.
6 o'clock. Little
6
plug
o'clock.
there. Social Sunday.
You gotta plug it. Gotta always plug it. But where are you if you're not there?
Where are you?
Also, if you don't know what a Zoom call is, what have you been doing? Where have you been? Literally, if you don't know what a Zoom call is, I need you to Google.
Are you really living if you don't know what a Zoom call
Yeah.
is?
So, but tell them what's going on with these Zoom calls.
All right.
This is.
So anyway, a North Carolina farm is renting out donkeys, chickens, and ducks to crash video calls. The Peace and Peas farm charges only $50.
That's not a lot of money.
It's not really. Speaking of $50,
no.
Should we do it? Look, all right. If you're gonna call, if you're gonna get us,
I don't know where he's going, but let's just say I can see in his eyes where he's going.
I'm willing to get a miniature donkey on a Zoom call.
But what do we need? If 10 people comment, 10 times 5 is 50. So if 10 people give us $5,
if you're out there and God's laying it on your heart to give us $50, so we can get a miniature donkey on a Zoom call, we will make it happen.
But they've got what, like donkeys,
chickens,
got it all,
man.
ducks.
They've got a miniature donkey named Mambo. An 8-year-old miniature donkey.
Of course.
And he will hop on your Zoom call, man, and bring life to
What is 2020?
I don't know, dude. But I guarantee you that little donkey will get on there and he won't turn his camera off.
Yeah, he'll be visible.
He'll be live, son.
This is crazy. I don't know what to say, honestly, with this story. But you know what? Instead of saying anything else to this story, I'm just gonna roll into the next one because the next one is even crazier than this one. I saw this and I was like, we have to talk about it. So a Canadian band named the Shaft Bottom Boys, Mine Shaft Bottom Boys. Maybe they stole it from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the Soggy Bottom Boys. None of you know that film.
Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
It's a remake of The Odyssey with George Clooney. Talk to your parents. Anyway, the Shaft Bottom Boys performed this past Saturday.
Were they in constant sorrow?
I mean, they might have been. Listen to this. So they performed their song. This is a pun here. Their songs were truly deep cuts.
Oh, come on, man!
I did not do that pun. That was the article. But anyway, they're a Sudbury, Ontario-based group. Performed a 50-minute concert, 6,213 feet
and 3 inches
below sea level.
That is insane.
In a Cretan mine. Guinness Book of World Records was there. It is the deepest concert on record. if editor Isaac's smart and able, I'll put a video. They have some video here. If I don't, go to the Twitter page for Guinness Book of World Records. They have video of the guys performing. I think it's crazy.
Can you imagine working for the Guinness Book of World Records
and having to
like,
go?
Hey, we're gonna send you
gotta go nearly
down
7,000
the
feet.
bottom of this mine.
That's nuts. But I mean, again, I think this happened during the quarantine. Some creativity during the quarantine. I can't believe it.
That's wild.
Being in a band, I don't think it would ever cross my mind to do that.
I wonder if it's got good reverb.
Yeah, 100% does. I just don't know how they got
I wonder
power.
what the Guinness Book of World Records is for filming a podcast below the earth.
Maybe we need to look into that. Hey, leave a comment if you want us to film the deepest podcast talk show.
We just need a little bit of sponsorship.
We just need some sponsorship.
We can make it happen.
Yeah, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. So now, moving on, what is happening on the internet?
Online.
We have some cool stories here. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one's not really as impressive, but...
I mean, let's be honest. Marathon in the backyard, farm animal Zoom calls, and mine. We can't top that.
You can't really top
We can't top that, but these ones are more on the weird side of things.
But
So this next one's pretty cool, though. Go hit them with this.
So we got some Animal Crossing lovers, right? Miss Lauren Cowdery, she loves Animal Crossing.
Behind the camera right now, shout out to our film
Shout
crew.
out, Loco.
Our film crew.
Film crew. My brother just got a Nintendo Switch, and he likes Animal Crossing. Katrina, Riley, you love Animal Crossing. I personally have no clue what Animal Crossing is. I know that there's a little thing like, why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know if it has
previously played it, but I haven't played it on the Switch.
I don't know.
But this is hilarious.
This is pretty neat. Restaurateur and flame enthusiast Guy Fieri.
Is it Fieri?
Yeah, it's Fieri, right?
Fieri?
Fieri?
I think it's Fieri.
Fieri.
I think.
No,
he's genuinely Italian.
Ah, man, we'll stick with Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
Anyway,
for now.
He's the one that sells the barbecue sauce and has the bleached blonde hair.
Get the Chicken Shack down in Disney Springs.
Food Network, if you're watching right
we
now.
We could use the sponsorship.
We could use the
Give us money.
You know, if you're listening.
Anyway,
Guy Fieri announced that he set up his very own island in Animal Crossing. Flavortown, baby. I don't know if you are friends with Guy Fieri on Animal Crossing, but he's out there, guys.
So I think you don't know this. I
don't
know a
know
little bit
anything
about
about
this.
it.
He probably has a friend code posted.
Probably does.
I'm not sure, but I know that you're gonna love this pun. This thing, the stock market. It's STALK market. You buy turnips and resell turnips.
The stock market.
The stock market. If you're involved in that, guy might have a hookup.
He might.
He's got that celebrity money.
He said it like this. He said, "I'm here on Flavortown Island, checking out a joint run by local legend Tom Nook."
Tom Nook. Look at that. He's getting involved, bro. I think he's got some kids. I think he's playing with his sons and daughters.
Anyway, if you befriend Guy Fieri on Animal Crossing, invite him to a Zoom call or something. We'd love to, have him drop on there and give us some recipes or something.
If Guy's watching this in some alternate reality, we'd love to have you.
Do you think Guy Fieri has somebody bleaching his hair, with the shelter in place?
Moving on.
All right.
Moving on. This one to me is funny. I found it on Twitter in the trending. Belgium has too many potatoes. I'm gonna leave you with the title right now, but Belgium has too many potatoes. 750 million pounds.
That is insane.
They are asking every citizen, to eat 2 things of Fritz, which are their fries, a week.
That is crazy.
Because they're overproducing because so few people are buying them, which is crazy to me that things are being overproduced. It's not just happening in Belgium; it's happening here. You want to know what's not being overproduced though? I have some. I have a prop. This is great.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. We're running out of this.
That's pretty wild too.
We're not running out of food, but we're running out of the byproduct of what you use when you've eaten too much food. How does that make sense?
Is that Angel Sauce?
Angel Sauce. Hey,
who makes Angel Sauce?
Angel Sauce.
If you're watching,
you probably don't need to advertise right
Georgia
now.
Pacific Consumer Products.
Dude,
if you're watching,
if for some reason you need to advertise on our podcast in a time when everyone is buying,
we could use it.
Toilet paper. We're here. But I can't believe we're not running out of food, but we're running out of toilet paper. But you know what? People have been buying food with preservatives, starches.
Yeah. Ramen noodles.
Let's just say
we're dropping too many name brands
for the censors, though, for the network, all those preservatives, I guess, maybe block you up.
Yeah, I think potatoes.
So maybe they don't need toilet paper.
Pizza and stuff.
Yeah, well, you definitely eat too much pizza.
I love pizza.
I don't know, but on a serious note, for this weird story though, it is a little sad to look around.
It is.
They're having to get rid of, so many gallons of milk, so many eggs. I'm gonna ditch the toilet paper, but they're having to get rid of all this stuff.
Did he just say milk?
Milk? I don't know what. You know what? We're moving on. But they're having to get rid of all this stuff.
It really is sad. I saw a farmer on TikTok the other day. They're dumping like onions everywhere.
I think the real story here is that Jonathan's on TikTok enough to find a farmer.
At John Holland 89. Look me up, baby.
We're plugging TikToks. I don't have a TikTok. I'm
dropped a lot of brands
I'm
and
an
companies,
adult,
man.
I'm an adult. I don't own TikTok.
Minute Monday is on TikTok.
Fair enough.
You need to watch it.
But it is crazy. We're having to get rid of food. We're having to get rid of all this other stuff. This pandemic has been insane. As much fun as we like to have on the show, we want to have a balance of fun, laughs, a little bit of serious. And as we move into the more serious, I think it's time for some encouragement. Time for a little bit of a break from what is happening. I'm going to grab my uke. You're going to grab your Bible. Yeah. What is happening in Psalms?
What is happening in the Psalms?
And this is a segment we like to call What is Happening in Psalms, or Songs for Psalms.
Songs for Psalms.
We couldn't avoid the corniness. We tried.
It's not corny, man.
We ran it by the marketing guys. They said go with it. The marketing guys also happened to be us.
Our crew agrees.
Yeah, our crew.
Our film director agrees.
All of the production team.
Our sponsors agree.
Every 1,000, we have thousands of people that work on this show. They all agreed. This is what you need,
songs for songs.
So I'm going to go ahead and play. You're going to go ahead and read.
I'm going to hit you up with Psalm 31.
Slow down a bit. We're going to slow down a bit.
Psalm 31, verses 23 and 24. And I want you to hear this. It says, "For the Lord preserves the faithful." That's so good, man.
It is.
Let's hit him with verse 24. It says, "Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all of you who hope in the Lord." Hit me up a little bit more of that uke, man. I'm gonna drop that one on again.
It's slightly out of tune.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know how to play a uke. They might. I don't know. Anyway, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all of you who hope in the Lord. The Lord preserves the faithful. That is what's happening in the Psalms. And I think it's what we need right now.
It is. It is what we need. You don't have to excuse the off-tune ukulele. To be honest, everything's off the cuff. So when something doesn't go right, we're just going to run with it.
Yeah, we're going to run.
Because I think to stop for the show for a second, just be real. We didn't wake up this morning thinking we were going to do this. We didn't even at lunchtime didn't think we were going to do this. But during this quarantine, we've been constantly telling you guys, try something new, get creative, stay connected, do all these things. And so we aren't just going to say things, we're going to practice what we preach.
And what do I tell them all the time, right? It's impossible to not be creative when you stay close to the Creator.
So
we don't know what's happening.
We really don't.
But God always knows.
The title of the show is What is Happening, and we're going to ask that question for the rest of our lives.
We're
never going to have the answer. We're only giving you small little things. Yeah. None of that's truly what is happening.
And giving that word of the day, right?
The word of the day. The show is brought to you by Omniscient. And
God is all-knowing, omniscient. And we don't always know what's happening.
We don't know. That's the best part.
But He does!
We are off the cuff, but He always has a plan.
Always.
And I think one of the other things we've been telling you guys, slow down. And that's what that segment is for. That's what this is for. Like we said, we want to have laughs. We want to have fun. We want to be serious. We also want to take time, let you slow down, encourage you with the psalm. Really, because we all we're going so fast right now. And even in boredom, have you ever been exhausted from being bored? I've been exhausted from being bored, trying to figure out things to do. Yeah. You were telling me something earlier today.
It's another random fact.
Bonus random fact for you.
But apparently, your brain exerts more energy when you're bored than when you're active. Your brain is meant to be active. And so when you're bored and you're not doing anything, your brain is using up your energy. Stored energy.
I really can't believe that. But it makes sense. I do feel more exhausted after having done nothing.
You think the astronauts were bored when they thought that when they had that memory that space smelled like seared steak?
We love you guys truly. We love that we get to be creative. And really, I hope you guys understand, we really are practicing what we preach. We didn't think we were going to be doing this. We're doing this now. We're not sure how it's going to turn out. We're not sure even what the Lord's going to do with it. All we know is right now, we're doing this. Yeah. And we want to inspire you guys to go out and do things. Maybe run your own talk show. Maybe start your own podcast. Maybe do a backflip and film it. Maybe do a marathon around your house. And I guess that kind of leads in a little bit into our next segment. What is happening in our lives? And currently, the biggest answer is...
This is it.
This. Yep. And a whole lot of nothing.
Loud enough.
So let's see. We're doing the podcast talk show. That's kind of the big thing. We didn't think we were going to be talk show hosts. We're having to do a lot of stuff up at the church.
I think we're pretty good talk show hosts.
I think we're doing pretty well for having not been talk show
Not
hosts.
scripted, right?
And now we are talk show hosts. We're here.
I mean,
Kelly,
we could give
Kelly
and
Michael,
Ryan.
You're like, they
Well,
don't,
it's Ryan now, right?
Dude, they changed
Michael-
so many times. It was Kelly and Regis
Michael,
when I was a kid.
Man, he flaked, dude.
I think he did.
He went to the big show.
Bro, I hope you don't flake.
Good
on
Morning
him.
America, man.
Oh, he leveled up.
Good Morning America. I don't know if you're watching right now. I don't know how you feel about Michael, but Kelly was pretty upset.
Sponsor us. Go on another talk show. Sponsor our talk show.
No, I'd rather stay on Kelly and Ryan's good
Kelly-
side. They have the coffee mugs.
They do.
Speaking of coffee mugs,
AP.
thanks, AP.
Thanks. This is our network/church.
And
So that's what we're doing. Your wife Emily is in South Carolina,
Getting refreshed.
refreshing with her family, doing a visit there. You just came back. You're going back down about halfway to get her.
Pick her up.
Lauren, who's behind the camera, literally just showed up from somewhere in Ohio.
She got a big
getting
pizza and a big
pizza,
ice cream shake.
shakes. The picture we saw of the shake.
Yeah, we need to go to that place.
Crazy. When this pandemic's done,
We'll
we
drop
need
it
to
in the
take
comments.
youth
We'll
kids.
tell you where it was
But
at.
I think we're gonna go before the pandemic's done. That looks really good. So that's a little bit what's happening in our lives. Of course, as always, leave a comment. What's happening in your life? Don't say nothing.
Yeah. Get creative, guys.
If nothing's happening, we just talked about boredom. We know it's easy to be bored and it takes a lot of work to be bored. Get a little bit outside the box and tell us what's happening in your life. And that's about it. That's about it for the first show.
Yeah, this is good. Good.
We
show.
definitely haven't filmed more than one take.
Hopefully you watched the whole thing. You know.
We're so excited that you guys tuned in if you did, and we have one more thing.
Yeah.
It's our riddle of the day. We're gonna leave you with this. Please, we can't ask you enough. Don't cheat. Don't use Google.
Don't cheat.
You can ask a family member. You can phone a friend. Just don't get on Google. We'll know if you're on Google.
Yeah, some of these are really hard riddles, so we'll definitely
this
know
one
if
is a little crazy.
This is
a little crazy. Go ahead with the riddle, though.
Bring out that ukulele again.
You want me to? No, you know. Do you want to play me off? Let's leave the ukulele for the song.
All right.
We're just gonna read this riddle and we're gonna say goodbye and we'll see you on the next one. What's the riddle?
So here it is. I hope you're paying attention. Okay, 2 1/4, 2 in a corner, 1 in a room, 0 in a house, but 1 in a shelter. What is it? I'm gonna say it again.
Do it one more time. That way they really have it.
2 in a corner,
2.
1 in a room,
Uno.
0 in a house,
Zilch.
but 1 in a shelter.
1 in a shelter. Hey, listen, for what is happening, I've been Isaac.
I'm PJ.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. Hey, and we're better together. We'll see you on the next
together.
episode.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.